Are you feeling the pressure to be thinner than ever? Are you trying to eat super clean, be super healthy, do all the right things with food? Maybe you're exercising for hours and hours every week. Perhaps you've become obsessed with leanness and how much protein you're consuming. But has it all become a bit too much? Is it leaving you feeling anxious, obsessed, and fearful? If so, you're not alone. Disordered eating habits are pretty normalised these days. There's always a new piece of content that's promoting the latest health craze. There's always a new bandwagon to jump on. In this episode, I'm going to talk about 20 disordered eating habits that have become normalised in 2026. I'm Harriet Frew, and this is the Eating Disorder Therapist podcast. I help people to heal their relationship with food. I've personally recovered from bulimia for over 20 years. If you're wanting help to heal your relationship with food, you might be interested in my Food Freedom app. But let's dive in. So the pursuit of thinness and body perfection is raging as strongly as ever, with popular podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, influencers, celebrities delivering all these extreme food regimes, countless people using weight loss drugs, AI making online beauty standards even more unachievable. It's no wonder that the average human spends many minutes of each day obsessing over food choices and body proportions. Now, you may be listening and watching, and you may not have a full-blown eating disorder. You might not fit neatly into a diagnostic box, but if you're experiencing high levels of body distress, intense preoccupation around food, then this needs to be taken seriously, as it'll be impacting your mood, your body image, and your life. So, here are my 20 disordered eating behaviours that have become normalised in 2026. So number 1, just having a preoccupation with food and body. Now, of course, it's wise to consider health in food choices as a valuable form of self-care for well-being. However, if when waking up, your immediate thoughts focus on weight and food choices or lack of them, and these thoughts then dominate your day, your attention, maybe things have become a bit skewed towards obsession and fear. Number 2, anxiety about eating the right foods. So now, to feel energized and possess mental clarity, you might be wanting to choose foods that are nutritious, tasty, blood sugar balancing, sensible, but rethinking and ruminating over your food choices while second guessing every food morsel with intense judgment and guilt, it's not so beneficial. Number 3, you're always on and off a regime. A healthy relationship with food is not a cage which restricts all freedom. Instead, there's consistency in eating, with the body in homeostasis, working with natural hunger and appetite. Whereas restrictive regimes tend to be unsustainable, and the pendulum will naturally swing towards rebellion and breaking out of the prison of restrictive eating, because you're either super healthy and controlling, or you're in chaos and eating everything in sight. And this isn't great. It's discombobulating and stressful for the body. Number 4, intense emotion around food. Now, eating should be primarily a peaceful experience. You eat to nourish and then feel satisfied and content, and you move on with your day. Now, in contrast, if your food emotions oscillate between intense excitement and decimating guilt, you're riding an emotional roller coaster that permeates through your daily existence, and it is exhausting. Number 5, obsessing about weight, leanness, muscularity. Working to take care of your body as your treasured home is sensible. Now, this probably involves movement, maybe benefiting muscle growth, improved longevity, all the things. But getting fixated on numbers and driving your body to meet proportions that are misaligned with your genetics becomes punishing and unkind. Obsessing over protein grams can also be detrimental, because your inner critic rages as you'll never feel good enough. There's always more work to do. Number 6, over-exercising. Now again, moving your body is one of the most valuable activities for mental and physical well-being. But when it's become an obligation that renders you exhausted, frequently injured, and with lowered immunity, it dives into the realms of unhealthy compulsions. Number 7, temptation towards more destructive behaviours. Now, perhaps you've navigated some weight loss, but it doesn't feel like enough. So then you feel driven to push your progress one step further. So you find yourself drinking detox teas, taking laxatives, maybe to feel empty. And you have found yourself thinking about purging, maybe through vomiting after a meal. And you've entertained weight loss jabs, maybe, even though your body weight is healthy for your frame. Number 8, filling up on low-calorie foods, Pepsi-max, coffee, etc. Now, of course, it's wonderful to enjoy a morning coffee or an ice cold Coke on a hot summer's day, but if you're consuming volumes of fluid or low calorie filler foods daily, then you're probably bloatedly full but deeply unsatisfied, and you may lean towards caffeinated drinks to override hunger and drive you through the day. Now, these behaviours tend to wildly disrupt your natural body signals around hunger and fullness. Number 9, Googling online Ozempic stores at midnight. Now, weight loss drugs are a tool and do have profound benefits for some people. They're not the magic cure though, and we need to use them with careful management and with professional support, alongside help with behavioural change, eating and movement. Now, if you're a normal healthy weight for your body and you find yourself secretly Googling jab options and considering photo manipulation to acquire said jab, then you are likely venturing into disordered eating territories. Now, I work with several clients who have used the jab and then stepped away from it, being catapulted into huge food noise and body distress. Number 10, obsessing over someone else's food intake. Now, noticing others eating can be a natural part of life within a healthy zone. Usually, we might notice, curiosity, we notice pleasurable, tasty food. But when you're comparing your intake with others and doing mental calorie gymnastics and comparisons, then you're sliding into obsessive territories. Number 11, having a whole language around food which is detrimental. Now, it's wonderful to describe food as tasty, succulent, juicy, flavoursome, crunchy, delectable, delicious, nutritious, wholesome, and more. It's also helpful to be neutral around food. Food is simply food. If you're labelling food, though, with intense judgment and guilt-laden language, this will be impacting your well-being. Not so good. 12, thinking that a completely flat stomach is normal. Now, the human torso contains organs and a whole digestive system. Hence, the stomach has a natural curve and squishiness to it. Radical acceptance of this is profoundly useful. And TikTok might convince you that a flat stomach is the expected natural disposition of most, but it truly isn't. And by holding yourself to this standard, you'll create much misery and dissatisfaction for yourself. Number 13, zooming in on other people's eating and weight loss. Now, humans are social creatures. We will notice the changes in environment, and this might mean observing the body changes of others. Okay, we can't help notice that. But if the meaning of others' weight loss brings you angst and comparison, so amplifying your own body distress, you are likely focusing too much attention here. Number 14, watching what I eat in a day as normal entertainment. So, yes, to inspiring ideas around recipes and inspiration for meal planning, all good. But endless watching of other people's eating habits, especially ones that verge on the clean extreme, is a guaranteed formula for unhappiness. And there is sadly a whole darker world behind the glossy exterior of perfect eating. Trust me, I see this regularly in the therapy room. Number 15, 1,200 calorie meal plans. Now, this might nourish a toddler reasonably well. It's not a sustainable amount of food for an adult human. If you're trying to adhere to a 1,200 calorie meal plan, beyond that initial honeymoon period, you're going to be food obsessed, okay? You're going to be hungry. Number 16, feeling obsessed with sugar due to restriction. Now, humans are naturally drawn to sweet tasting foods. Your hunter-gatherer ancestors would have devoured honey and berries when available. But a primal and obsessive drive for sugar is often a sign of dietary restraint. This means not eating enough overall, eliminating carbs, or delaying eating. Now, the brain will crave glucose in its purest and most easily accessible form. So a primal drive for sugar can also be driven by a lack of self-care around eating, missing meals, getting over hungry, and then we just want that immediate gratification. But these patterns can be amplified as well if you are neurodivergent. Number 17, not knowing hunger signals anymore. Now, if you have a healthy relationship with food, you're mostly attuned to your body. You listen to your hunger and fullness signals from within. But if you've been following external dietary regimes, you won't trust your body. You'll be overly focused on what you should be eating and what the plan recommends. Number 18, being starving or overly full. Now, again, when in a healthy relationship with food, you don't tend to overeat, at least not regularly. Although you might do so on a meal out or a special occasion. You don't tend to undereat either. You prioritise regular eating and managing energy levels. This is all healthy and normal. But in contrast with an unhealthy relationship with food, you often oscillate between extremes of starvation and overfullness. One state triggers the other in a perpetuating cycle which feels hard to exit from. Number 19, feeling cold, tired, weary, suboptimal. Now, if you are self-caring, you work to sustain your body with energy and to pursue vitality and health. Whereas if you're in cycles of disordered eating, you may feel suboptimal for much of the time. You're dragging yourself through the days, tired, cold, and exhausted. Not very glamorous. Number 20, fantasizing about the weight loss and the dream life it will create for you. Now, changing your body can support you in achieving goals and improving your quality of life. But it's not the ticket to the land of unicorns and magic self-worth, which the diet culture lies will tell you. So do you relate to my 20 disordered eating behaviours? What would you add to the list? Do share in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching and listening to the Eating Disorder Therapist podcast. I look forward to sharing another episode with you soon. Bye for now. Do subscribe for more episodes.